Welcome to the 5th episode of Mr.Scienceholic. Exciting news this past week. LIGO team has confirmed the existence of gravitational waves, proving once again Einstein was right, even 100 years later. Exciting news for us, but exciting news, actually it should be exciting news for every one of us. I mean, it's not every day you get a 100-year-old theory, some old man back in the days thinking about something that probably exists, and finally 100 years later we're like, oh wait, yeah, he was right. Yeah. So that's one reason we kind of say, hey, that old man was a genius, because, hey, look at it, 100 years later, he's still right. I mean, not to say he hasn't been wrong. Many times he has been wrong, but just one of those things that we confirm saying, look at the genius behind that kooky hair, no socks wearing Einstein. If you want to know how excited I was literally running in between class, opening up my phone, trying to look at the live broadcast of confirmation of them detecting the gravitational wave. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, just don't get it confused with gravity waves, which is quite different. But if you want to know more about it, I'm going to link 2 videos to the bottom of this on the description, which you can watch. Not done by me, but they're 2 awesome videos, very simply done, which I think makes a lot of sense in understanding gravity and gravitational waves. You know, why spend so much time doing something that somebody's already done, right? So, yeah. So, on the other happier note, on the same day that LIGO talked about, or they released broadcasted saying that they detected the gravitational wave, they confirmed it. I was very excited because I was back in my high school where I kind of got started with physics. And it was great to see that the newer generations actually kept going with the physics and astronomy club. Now this is called an astronomy club, which is kind of saddening because they took the physics out of it. But it's pretty amazing that, something my friends and I started back in, let's not get into that, that'll just make me kind of sound old. But, back in the days, we started this club and it's still going, and it's good to see the young generation still excited about astronomy and physics and the natural world around us. So, to the guys out there, keep going. To the young generation, keep thinking and keep being amazed at what science can do and what science means to everyone. However, our show today is not about gravitational waves. One reason, it's going to take me a lot of time and effort to explain and animate the whole thing, so I'm just going to skip that, let other people do it, like the links I said I'm going to have posted below. Today is going to be about surveillance and what does it mean for everyday people. I think
FBI! Open up!
Hold on a second, I'll be right back. So yeah, I'm back with some technical difficulties. Alright, I think you guys are the only one watching right now. So anyway, today is going to be about surveillance and privacy of our information. What am I talking about? Let's see. Are we being watched by the government? I don't know. Probably are. Our data's probably getting taken. I mean, NSA has said, oh yeah, we're collecting data, not that serious, but yeah. And there was the whole thing with Snowden, him coming out and saying, hey, the government's collecting a lot of data from you. And then on top of that, the recent news has kind of brought up the same issues again. So it makes us wonder, what is our future going to be like? I Are we going to be living in a system where we are constantly monitored? Or will we have a free society open to thought and information and, just sharing our thoughts freely? I don't know what the future is going to look like. I mean, I can imagine certain things happening, the new technologies, the new ideas that will possibly happen. Flying cars, teleportations, replicators, where you don't have to cook anymore. Just go up to it and like Captain Picard saying Earl Grey hot, and just have it pop right up. Or maybe it's gonna be like, with Marty kind of visiting the future with hoverboards. Not like the ones that they sell here these days, which are illegal in New York, but are advertised in every single store that you walk by. Hoverboard, 2 wheels, doesn't hover. However, you do have to wonder if the future will be very, very highly monitored. Kind of like, it's a novel titled We, written by Zamyatin, I think maybe? I can never pronounce his name right. Zamyatin. It's this future society where everybody lives in a glass house, no curtains, and the only time they are allowed to pull the curtains and close their doors are when they are Netflix and chilling, if you know what I mean. But think about it, future society where you are given the job based on your DNA and what your brain is going to develop into, where you are scheduled for everything, your doctor's visit. So think about the society which you're constantly being monitored, or maybe we're just kind of already at where we are being monitored. It's hard to tell. Next time you walk out on the street, think about how many cameras are between where you started and where you're going. Last time I stepped out of my office, downtown Manhattan, I mean, it is a highly secured area, or supposedly, I counted about 10 cameras walking a block just to go get a cup of coffee. So what is happening to this information? Who's watching? Why are they recording? Granted, it does provide us some kind of safety. If you get robbed, you might be able to track down the criminal. But what does it really mean to have all these cameras around? Clearly, when I walk to my coffee shop, there are 5 cameras pretty much pointing to the same corner. And what's there? A clothing store for women only. I don't know what that means. I mean, do they want to just keep monitoring all the women walking in and out of the clothing store? But, it really makes you wonder, well, who's watching? Why are they watching? Another thing, if you want to check out, is Vice has done a really great story on surveillance cameras and what it means to people in areas in New Jersey, where the cops are using them to fight crime and fight against drugs, but at the same time it's affecting people's lives who live there. What does it really mean? So if you want to check that out, just follow the link below in the description. I think it's a great report. I think you guys should check out. And just check out Vice. I love their work, and kind of glad. I kind of used to watch them, and then I kind of didn't, and then I'm kind of glad my wife kind of brought me back to this. And they just do great work around the world and locally as well. So check them out. So back to this about privacy. What does it mean? Does the future kind of say, give up your privacy for the protection and safer future? Maybe. How much of the freedom are we willing to give up for this? Now, some of this issue has been in the works since the 1980s. Yes, I did say 1980s, that some of you were probably not born. Some of us were born, and some of us started using the internet towards the end of it. But in the 1980s, the internet came to life. And once the internet came to life, information went up there. Stories, lives, emails, everything. So next time you do send an email, think about where it's going. Is it just getting from you to the person, or is there actually multiple steps that are happening, multiple places that email needs to get to before it reaches the final destination? Have you really thought about that? Like when you say @gmail.com, you do realize your email is going to Google and then to the person reading it. I'm not saying Google's reading every single email of yours, but recently there's been a news about the FBI requesting key from an Apple to unlock an iPhone. Now the issue of this is about, there was a mass shooting, and one of the shooter has an iPhone with information locked in it, which the FBI believes has information that can be very helpful. However, this looks very easy to do, but at the same time it looks very innocent, saying, oh yeah, we have a organization here or a group of people here that the FBI has labeled terrorists, and that they have information which might be very important. Why don't we just unlock it for them? I mean, it is a very simple issue if you think about it that way, but if you think about it on how information is stored, how it is protected, if Apple creates a key to unlock that phone, and that key gets out, people can reverse engineer other keys to get into other phones and other cell phones. So that means not only is that one phone unlocked, but somebody has the potential to unlock every single phone and get access to the data. So it's not really about unlocking that one phone, it's about unlocking every single phone that exists out there. Once you buy a phone, it's your property. However, in the future, with the new technologies coming out, our law is very behind its time. Things are very sketchy on what information belongs to whom and who has the right to the information. If you look at the news report done on New York Times, there was an article about Apple and FBI requesting the key, and right below that was another article that said NSA is not gathering as much information as we thought. So it's kind of like saying they're gathering information, but don't worry, it's not as much as you think. So what are we to say, to take out of this? It's like, is it okay for NSA to gather our information, but you know what, not to worry so much because they're not doing as much as they thought we were. So it's kind of like almost I feel like the media itself is playing tricks on our mind, like, oh, like Apple may be denying the FBI for this, but then look, oh, it's alright. NSA is not gathering so much information, so probably alright. So guys at NSA, if you hear this, if you want to come for me, I'm just a lowly teacher, I'm just saying stuff. If you have me on the list, can you send me a letter with all the lists you put me on? I'd like to have it framed on my wall. I'd probably put some credential on my,
Badassery.
Badassery, as my wife calls it. There you go. Badassery, if that's the word. Yeah, but technology makes our life better. New things makes us send information quicker. We have access to more information, but at the same time, who has access to our information, right? Next, I'm going to quote Apple CEO Tim Cook. In today's digital world, the key to an encrypted system is a piece of information that unlocks the data, and it's only as secure as the protection around it. Once the information is known or a way to bypass the code is revealed, the encryption can be defeated by anyone with that knowledge. So what does that mean? What that really means in simple terms is that imagine the whole world is protected by a key and a lock, and whoever makes the key and the lock puts out the plan for how the lock works. Now, people are going to eventually break that lock, reverse engineer it, figure out how it works, and just start making keys to open locks. Have you ever thought about why a lot of the houses in the US, you guys don't just lock the door and leave? That there are actually multiple other securities you put, cameras, different security companies providing you 24-hour protection and monitoring. That key and lock is not sufficient anymore. The only reason we lock our door is partially, it's just not going to let any thief in. If a person tries jiggling the lock, it's locked, they're not going to make an effort. But somebody who really wants to steal something out of a house will make that effort to open that lock and get in. And you realize how that lock is not really secure. It's mostly a psychological thing in our mind that says, you know what, I locked that door, my house is secured. And to the point it is, but it really isn't. So that's why we pay hundreds of dollars monthly, at least those of you who own homes, to companies to monitor our house when we're not there. On a serious note, think about what our future really holds. A free society with freedom to think and share information as we like, or where freedom really comes at a price of what the government and the media dictates for you to know. Think about it next time you open your phone and you look at whatever you look at, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or whatever else. Where's the information going and where is it coming from? Who else is looking at what you are posting? As the future gets quicker and faster and with more information, are you able to hide your thoughts anymore? Trust me, there are technologies that are getting worked on where eventually we will be able to read each other's thought using machines. Yours truly, Mr. Scienceholic, signing off, leaving you with questions and things and thoughts to think about. Remember, science is out there. Think, learn, and explore. The answer is not in a textbook or on a YouTube video. So go become scientists and find it.